Statesman Nation. We're here with Mark Van Wyk, the head men's bowling coach, as we preview the 2018-2019 season. Coach, before we get into this year and all the fun, we have to talk about last year. It's too good of a year not to talk about it one more time. Let's just kind of break it down and just rehash all the fun that you guys had last year.
Yeah, we got off to a slow start last year in the first Tier 1. I mean, we had a great first day, kind of fell off the second day, but we still finished 9th. And I believe that was our worst finish the rest of the season. So, and some of those tournaments included 60, 70 teams in them also. So we were bowled really well in the Tier 1s the rest of the time. And obviously the K goal in January, we were 6th out of 74 or something like that. And then the highlight was the Hoosier, winning the Hoosier. I think there was 78 guys teams at that one or something. So, to make it through the match play and beat Wichita for the title was kind of nice, Hoosier, if you make it that far, you're on your 3rd different oil pattern for the week. So it's, you have to match up to everything, not just one particular one where you hit it. So it was really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about how that performance, and especially propelled you guys into a really deep run, both NAIA Invitational as well as USBC. You guys were rolling at that point.
Yeah, we got the sectionals. We got sent to Dallas. For 64 games, I think we were 3rd, 4th, or 5th for every single game of those 64 games. So there was not a minute to be able to relax. I mean, even going into our last 4 games, I think there was a 40-pin difference to make nationals and not make it. So I think that really mentally toughened them up quite a bit, just being in that grind the whole time. And then going to the NAIA, we bowled really well there. Kind of got knocked off on a couple matches where we didn't perform too well. But I mean, top 4 there, and then the nationals run was something else. We were bad the first 8 games. I mean, bad. And we made a ball change and a line change, and from there it was awesome. It was most fun I've ever had being in a bowling tournament. And just being one shot away from possibly bowling for the national title. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, let's just get right into this year then. You guys have a lot of talent back. Obviously, you lose some, but that's just the nature of collegiate bowling. You're gonna lose some, but you hope that the recruiting class can make up for it, or some returners that were maybe sitting at the varsity reserve level and being able to step up. So I guess where are you guys sitting? Well, let's back up and just talk about the recruiting aspect of trying to replace some of those key individuals.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good crop of kids, actually. I mean, 2 of them have made a run for the varsity roster, if things work out for them. So that's pretty unusual. I mean, that's 2 years in a row where we've had 2 or 3 freshmen make our varsity roster. So, I mean, our freshmen that came in were ready to bowl, and they'll do a good job.
Yeah. All right, I guess let's break it down. Maybe talk about returners first, and then you can talk about the new guys that are going to be able to hopefully step in and
we'll start with our 2 seniors. It'll be Curtis Micah and Nick Walker. I mean, Curtis has been our leadoff bowler for going on the 3rd year now. I like having him in the 1 hole. He's really good on his targets, so when we change lanes, I mean, he's a good spark plug. Nick has bowled everywhere in the lineup. I mean, he's bowled leadoff to anchor. I mean, he's just really solid, and you can always count on him at the end of the tournament to be in that 200-plus average, and very good spare shooter. We go to David Decker, our lone left-hander in our varsity roster. I mean, it's valuable to have that left-hander that can play, and especially play out on the gutter with a urethane ball, which is very important in college bowling. And, and he can do that. We have our 2 Slovenian brothers, Alexander and Rock. As the year went on last year, even though they had all that international experience, it kind of a little bit of a shock for them being in college bowling. But as the year went on, man, they just got really good, had great second halves, and Rock, being a freshman, was our anchor at the NAIA and Nationals. So
a lot of pressure on a freshman.
And he stepped up and did well,
Sean Martin, throw him in the mix as well. I know you guys lost him during the second half of the year, but he'll be back in the mix as well. So, I mean, just another cog in the whole machine.
Huge if we can get him to bowl, I mean, Sean is huge. He's such a powerful game, and he's very excitable when he's bowling well. So
yeah.
it's a good spark for the team.
Right, definitely. Any other returners before we flip the page over there? I mean, you got, again, some of those guys that have
Right
been
now,
pulled well,
I mean,
they're right there on that cusp.
Yeah, right now our surprise for our varsity roster was Logan Mason. I
Really?
mean, he finished 4th in our trials,
Wow.
and he bowled well every day, just, nice and solid, and he's going to be on our travel roster
There you
this
go.
week. So I mean, it's good for him. I mean, he's a great kid
Yeah.
around the team and everything.
Yeah, and a
so,
local
yeah,
kid and
so,
everything.
yeah.
Paying off all that time, just
Absolutely.
putting on the lanes for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, new guys, who's stepping in?
Keith Schooler, Jason Miner. I think they're in our top 8 for the
Okay.
for the travel roster. Completely different games. I mean, Jason's pretty straight and hard, but he's managed to score on everything we put out also. And
Right.
Keith can get in and hook it a little bit, and he's friends from back home with Sean, so they kind of got a connection there.
Right.
It'd be good to get them traveling together, and especially Sean having a year in to
Yeah.
kind of comfort Keith a little bit
Right.
when it's crunch time. But yeah, I think they're both going to perform well.
Right, definitely. Anybody else that's like right there that maybe just missing a little bit?
As a freshman, it'd be Jake Cook.
Yeah.
Jake's definitely a excitable bowler. I mean, he's running shots out, slapping them off, and he had just a couple days in the trials where he struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
for the
as to be
most part,
expected for a freshman,
yeah,
they're
because
gonna-
a lot of them haven't seen the stuff that we put out
Right.
there. So, but I mean, he's right there. So just a couple things go his way or something here going forward, he'll be in the mix.
Right, sure. Okay, as far as the schedule, I think it matches up very similar to what you've had in the past. I guess highlight a few of those tournaments that are going to set you guys up for postseason play, assuming that
Yep.
we're right there in that mix again.
Yeah, this weekend we start with a Tier 1, our
Right.
first tournament of the year. It's tough, but it's good too. You get 40 of the better Midwest teams there, so kind of give us an indication of what we need to work on going into our next tournament in Indianapolis.
Right.
We always enjoy going to Indianapolis, man. That place is run perfectly tournament-wise. So, we took Kentucky out of the mix this year. That was an absolute grind for a road trip for one
Right.
weekend. So we put the McKendree tournament back in, which we've had success there before. Otherwise, we got our Vegas trips and,
Right.
and our standard Tier 1s that we bowl every year.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice going into the Hoosier with your banner up over the lanes as
Right.
defending champions
Yeah,
to be able to
for
see
sure.
that, because
Definitely.
kids all got to sign it and everything
Right,
and
yeah.
put the logo on it. So
Very
it'll be
cool.
nice to see hanging up.
Awesome. I think it's been locked down that the Heart will have its first ever championship as well. So
Yes.
you're going to be fighting for a conference title against the likes of Grandview and Mount Mercy, etc. How cool is that to again be fighting for a conference title? We haven't done that since we were in the MCC.
It'll be nice after this season because then the winner is an automatic berth to the NAIA.
Oh, okay.
So
Great, yeah.
we're not doing it yet this year, but
Yeah.
I mean, when it gets you an automatic berth in the postseason,
right.
Then that's very nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I guess as far as keys to success this year, again, you have, you talked about a plethora of individuals that are going to be there, that have that experience, but, in addition, you also have several new guys that, if things are going right, they're going to have a really special freshman year, but what's it going to take to, and I know it's a huge shoes to fill from last year, but to get back to, where you want to be and, again, be fighting for the national title.
For our team, our tournaments go how our spare shooting is, basically
Yeah.
day one. So,
Right.
if we're clean on our spare shooting on day one, then that relaxes them. And then when you start making all your spares, then you start striking a lot more because
Right.
you're a lot more relaxed. So,
Right.
as long as we can get off to a solid spare shooting day on day ones of tournaments, then, I think we can play with anybody and we can play anywhere on the lane. So.
Right. Where's, I guess, finally, where's the strength of the team going to come from this year?
I still think we've got 6 guys that's extensively bowled.
Yeah.
So it's definitely our 3, 4, 5 holes. No matter who we put down there is going to be really strong. So,
Right. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, best of luck. You guys are up in Wisconsin this weekend. Part of a long season. Bowling's kind of different that way. You guys go on and on and on, but it'll be an exciting season to see how you guys progress. And again, hopefully, looking for fighting for those national titles.
Yes,
So,
that'd be
all right.
awesome.
Okay. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.